your disposable henchman.
Hey, what's up, my peoples? EmGo here, the freaking geek himself, and today we will be reviewing the HeroCross Hybrid Metal Figuration SANDTROOPER. So here we are, and there he is, and first and foremost, as always, we'll take a quick look at the packaging. So as you can see, very simple packaging here, just Star Wars SANDTROOPER, Star Wars, Star Wars, Star Wars. Nothing. On the back, it just says Star Wars SANDTROOPER. Warning! Please don't eat anything in this box. Open up the front flap. Nothing there. And there's where the figure sits. And that is basically it for the packaging. So moving right along, here we have the SANDTROOPER. So we already reviewed the Trooper of Storms. So here we have the Trooper of Sands. That's right. So let's get in close here so you can see the details. I really liked the paintwork they did with the helmet and just the overall suit. They did a great job of making it look, you know, dirty and sandy. Sandy, baby. I don't know. But I think they did a great job. I don't know how well it's coming off on camera, but I think they did a really good job with that. You have some blue detailings here along the sides. Got some nice gray spots there. And around to the back. Take a look at the paintwork there. Very nicely done. Going down to the suit. Again, they did a good job of making it look, you know, dingy and dirty. And really making it look like the sand and dirt have just kind of caked up in those crevices there. I think they did a great job. Very nicely done, in my opinion. Very cool. Little orange little shoulder pad there. Got some pouches on his shoulder here, pouches on either side, some of the buttons there, the snaps, picked out in paint as well. Got the pouches on either side, right there, nicely done. Down to the legs, again, I think they did a great job of just making it look like, you know, everything just kind of caked up in those crevices. It just looks genuinely dirty, like I want to try to clean it. But very nicely done. Onto the shoes. And coming around to his backpack, you know, where he keeps his lunch, water bottle, you know. So yeah, that's all the various gadgets and gizmos and whatnot. I don't know what any of this stuff is actually called, so before anybody says, you're supposed to know what everything is called here, EmGo, grr, I don't know, okay? If you do, yay, good for you. I don't know what any of this stuff is called. I'm just calling it his backpack. I'm just going to give it a nice general blanket statement. If you know what each and every one of these things is called, hooray, you have way more time on your hands than I do. So, there you have that. Yeah, overall, very, very nicely done figure. So there you go. Articulation-wise, the head can rotate. It can look up slightly. You can look down. Not really that much. The movement is very much hindered just due to the design of the helmet itself. You don't really get any side-to-side movements. And again, it's pretty hindered. You can kind of push it past that shoulder pad there. Get them looking sideways. On this side, those pouches kind of get in the way, and that's as far as it's going to go that way. Yeah, it's a little bit limited there. The arms, again, due to just the way all this is molded, you don't get a whole lot of range of movement out of the arms. You can kind of force the arm up that much. Backwards, you can get a bit more. Outward movement, again, very much limited right there. You do have a bicep swivel. Elbows can bend under 90 degrees. The wrists are on the ball joints. They have a little bit of wiggly-waggly movement. Swivel. Swivel at the upper chest there. Like a chest swivel more than a waist swivel. Right there. The legs can go forward. That much. Can go back. That much. Outward. And these little pouches here kind of get in the way. That's pretty much all the outward movement you're going to get. You do get a swivel. Knee bend. Kind of push these armor pieces out of the way. You can get under 90 degrees of knee bend. not too shabby. And the feet are on a ball joint. You get little bits of upward movement, slight downward movement, and a little bit of ankle pivots right there. Nothing drastic. That's pretty much the way these figures are. These are not superposable figures. This is really nothing new. So there you have that. Now, of course, he does include accessories. He does include the standard HeroCross base right here, just a plain black base. And it has these 4 pegs here to store the extra hands if you, for some reason, want to store the hands up there, if you wish. It also has the magnetic plate on the bottom here, which gives you access to a nice little storage compartment. So if you want to store the extra hands in here and whatnot, booyah. And I think that's very nice. So it's not only a base, it's also storage. I appreciate that. So you have that, and you also have the armature here, which, if you've been watching my HeroCross reviews, you know I'm not a big fan of. I think these things are not that good. The ratchets, I feel, need to be a lot tighter than they actually are. The claw on this one is actually a lot more snug than other ones that I have messed with. It actually does have some actual friction there. But still not too good for actually holding the figure up. It just these just aren't good. When I start putting up my Machine Robo reviews, you're going to see how these arms are supposed to be done, because they did them right. These guys, these need to be worked on, but there you have that. Of course, you do get stickers for your base if you want. Yeah, right there, HMF 019 Sandtrooper, nice Imperial logo right there, so you can just slap those stickers on there and decorate your base if you see fit. So there you have that. And you also do get extra hands. Right now he does have the standard closed fists already installed. But he also does include 2 open hands, 2 splayed open hands. Right there, which also have that nice sandy, dirty look to them. So you get 2 of these splayed open hands, and you also get his 2 gun-holding hands right there. You can get the camera to focus on them. There we go. And these are the same hands that come with the regular version of the Stormtrooper, so there you have that. He does also include his blaster right here, which is the exact same mold as the one that is included with the regular Stormtrooper, as you can see. The only difference is just that this one was cast in black and this one is done in a gunmetal gray, but same exact mold right there. And he includes his rifle. Nice big rifle. It's very nicely done. Very cool. It's got a nice strap on it. And as you can see, they even added that paint effect to the rifle to make it look, you know, dingy and dirty. And I think that's pretty cool. So there you have that. And you can sling this over his shoulder. Actually, you can get it over his head. If you kind of move things around, I have done this. There you go. You can just kind of sling that over his shoulder like that, if you want. Because you have to be careful with it. There you go. Pretty easy to get it on and off. And of course, you can't hold his blaster. The hands are actually very easy to swap on this figure, which I'm very happy about. Cat hair not included. Get out of here! But you can pop off the hands. And we'll give him his gun-holding hands here. And again, hands are actually quite easy to swap on this figure, which I'm very happy about. Pop that right on. There you go. So he can hold the regular blaster if you wish. Just pop that right into his hand, like that, and then you can get him, if you kind of angle everything just right, you can get this arm under, and just kind of get him kind of, whoops. Takes a little bit of doing, but it is possible. I have done it. Kind of get that arm forward here and kind of get him. There you go. Holding his blaster like that. And if you don't want him holding the blaster, you can always give him his rifle. They do have a very solid grip on the gun, I'll tell you that. So, it's actually easier to put the rifle in his hand with the hand already popped off. I just found it to be the much easier way to do it. So, just get that in his hand and just, whoa, what just... Something just... What is this piece? What just happened? What just happened? Where did this come from? Okay, a little piece of something just came off, and I have no idea where that came from. What the heck? What was that? What was that? Was that in his hand? Is there maybe some mold flash in his hand or something that just came off? I don't know what that was. It doesn't look like it came off of the gun. What was that? I don't know. Might have been some mold flash in his hand or something. I don't know. Okay, that was just weird. Okay, let's just continue on. I literally do not know where that came from. I don't know. The world may never know. I don't know. One of life's great mysteries. Where did this piece come from? That is weird. What is that? Oh, I think I know where this came from. Wait, I know where this came from. So it came from here? Can you see that right there? I don't know if that's where that came from. That might have been where that came from. I think that's where that came from. Possibly. I think so. I think it came off of that little bit right there. Okay. Something to be careful about, either way. Even though I'm not totally sure that's where that came from. I think that's where that came from. Anyway, let's continue on. Stop at all the speculations. There's always something on these figures you need to be a little careful with, so apparently that's one of them. Anyway, let's continue on. You can give him his big rifle there, and again, you can have him holding it there in both hands if you want, and that looks pretty cool. So there you go. He can't actually, aim it properly. That's pretty much that's the best you're going to get out of this, but at least you can hold it with two hands. So there you have that. And just for a comparison, here he is with the regular Stormtrooper. Let me just put his arm down here for a second. And you can see that they obviously do share parts. But there are some remolded parts as well, like this center section, the ab section here, is a totally different mold. This bottom part of the left leg, so you can see, is a different mold. Obviously, the shoulder pieces, at least on this side, is a different mold. This orange shoulder pad is actually a completely separate piece, but this shoulder pad obviously is a different mold. Obviously, backpack versus no backpack. And he does that little, butt cylinder right there. But yeah, I don't know what that is. Again, somebody's yelling at me in the comment section, "You're supposed to know what that butt cylinder is, EmGo." Anyway. But butt cylinder is so much funnier. Why can't I call it that? Why? Why can't I call it that? Anyway. There you have that. Actually, we'll leave this guy here. And bring in some other comparisons. We'll bring in Mr. Boba Fett. And we'll bring in Lord Vader. You can see how all these guys scale with each other. There you go. So there you have that. There you have that. And there you have that. So, yeah, that's basically it for this figure. Again, nice figure. Whoops. Can be a little fidgety when you're trying to just get them into a pose, but that's just the nature of the articulation. There you go. Hooray! I did a thing. There you go. There you have it. Pretty neat figure. As usual, not the most articulated thing in the world. Posability is pretty limited, but that's the way all these figures are. But still, very nicely done. I do quite like it. Whatever this little piece is, be careful. Again, I'm gonna have to watch the watch this back and see exactly where this came from. I think it came from that little bit right there. But either way, it's something to be mindful of if you buy this figure. But yeah, there you go. There you have the Sand Trooper. I mean, as usual, like I always say, I personally, wouldn't spend my money on these figures just because I'm not into this style of figure. It's not something I actively collect. But hey, if you enjoy this style of figure and if you think this is worth the asking price, then by all means, pick it up, enjoy it. So there you go. So if you would like this or any of HeroCross's other offerings, you can buy directly from HeroCross themselves. I'll put a link to their site in the description down below. You can also check out BigBadToyStore.com. They also carry HeroCross items. You can check them out also. Linked in the description down below. And you can also check out my HeroCross playlist for any reviews you may have missed. Also linked in the description down below, so check that out as well. And I think that's it, so don't forget to check out EmGo's, check out Lori Plan, follow me on Twitter, all of that good stuff down in the description below, and I think that's pretty much all there is to say. So, there is the HeroCross Hybrid Metal Figuration SANDTROOPER, and this is EmGo saying, remember, you don't stop playing because you grow old because you stop playing. Be geek, be proud, boom in your face! Sir?
What?
Are we being too literal?
No, you fool. We were told to comb the desert, so we're combing it. What are you doing?
I'm doing what you asked me to, sir.
No, that's a brush, you fool. I said comb the desert. Comb it! Oh, my bald spot! You saw nothing.
Yes, sir. No, sir. Please don't kill me.